Necesitas un lápiz de color, un cuaderno y el papel. You will need a pencil, a coloured pencil, an exercise book or paper. Hola clase 1, hello class 1, I hope that you're all okay, or como estás. Today in Spanish we're going to learn about numbers. In Spanish, los números. Okay, so during the lesson today, you're going to need to know some key vocabulary, and I'm just going to go through it now so that you're aware in case I say it or in case that you need to say it as well. It's really important in Spanish that you understand what it means. Okay, so the first word is sí, which means yes. Sí. Next word, no, which means no. No. Next word, bien, which means good. Bien. Or muy bien means very good. Muy bien. I might say fantástico, which means fantastic. Fantástico. I might say excelente, which means excellent. Excelente. And there's just a couple of other issues or things to think about with pronunciation that you'll need to know today as we're learning about the numbers. So the first one, where you might see the letter C, we would usually say k. However, in Spanish, quite often the C sound, or the k sound, is pronounced as a th. Also, you might see the letter Z. Now again, in Spanish, sometimes the letter Z is pronounced as a th. You have a go. Th. Brilliant. Fantastico. Bueno, okay, so we're going to look at los números, or numbers now, and we're going to learn the numbers between 0 and 10. Now, it's up to you. If you want to learn the numbers between 0 and 5 and keep going over those, then you can do, and then come back to the numbers 6 to 10 at another time. Or, if you want to learn them all now and come back to the start at this point, then that's absolutely fine as well. You take it at your own speed so that you can learn the numbers in Spanish. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of my turn, your turn. You need to look out for, or listen out for, the way that I pronounce some of these words, because they're a little bit different and they're a little bit trickier compared to how we say them in English. So the first one is the number 0, and the way that we pronounce this in Spanish is cero. Cero, cero, cero. Remember the th sound. Cero. Muy bien. Okay, the number 1 in Spanish is pronounced uno. Uno, uno, uno. Fantastico. Number 2, dos. Dos, dos, dos. Muy bien. Number 3 in Spanish is tres. Tres. Tres, tres, tres. Excelente. Number 4 in Spanish, and listen for the pronunciation because it's the same as what we would in English, is cuatro. Cuatro. Cuatro, cuatro. Excelente. Number 5 in Spanish, and this is back to the th pronunciation, cinco. Cinco, cinco, cinco. Muy bien. Number 6 in Spanish, seis. Seis, seis. Seis, seis, seis. Fantastic. Number 7, siete. Siete, siete. Siete, siete, siete. Muy bien. Number 8, ocho. Ocho, ocho. Excelente. Number 9, nueve. Nueve, nueve. Nueve, nueve, nueve. Muy bien. Finally, number 10, diez. Diez, diez. Remember the th at the end. Diez. Diez, diez, diez. Muy bien. Los números. Fantástico. Bueno, now, for this part of the session, you can obviously see the numbers on your screen now. I'm going to say a number in Spanish. Your challenge is that you need to point to that number on the screen. I'll then tell you, after a few seconds, what number you should be pointing at. Ready? ¿Estamos listos? Get ready. Número 6. Muy bien. You should be pointing at the number 6. 6. Okay, the next number. Número 3. Fantastico. You should be pointing at number 3. 3. Okay, one more. Número 7. Muy bien. You should be pointing at number 7. 7. Okay, next is trickier. It's más difícil, more difficult. What I want you to do is exactly the same activity. So point at the number when I say it in Spanish. If you need to pause it when I've said the number to give you enough time, then that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, ¿estamos listos? We are ready? Número 10. Muy bien if you are pointing to the number 10. 10. Okay, the next one. Número 5. You should be pointing at the number 5. 5. Fantastico. Okay, next one. Número 9. You should be pointing at the number 9. 9. Okay. Next one. Número 4. If you're pointing at the number 4, fantastico. Okay, last one. Número 0. I bet that was rapido, very quick. You should be pointing at the number 0. 0. Muy bien. Bueno, so this is the point in the lesson where you get to be super speedy. Muy rapido, very quick. I'm going to give you a number, and using your cuaderno, your exercise book, or el papel, some paper, you need to draw that number and hold it up to the screen as quick as you possibly can. Also, for this activity, you could have a certain number of objects out in front of you, and you might want to count those objects and get a pile of the right number as quick as you possibly can too. Like we said before, if you need a little bit more time, then that's absolutely fine to pause the video and do it at your own speed. That's really important. Okay, I'm going to give you an example first. So I might say, número 8. And you need to be as quick as you can to hold up the correct number. Okay, your turn. Número 2. Muy bien. Number 2. 2. Next number. Número 8. Fantastico. Number 8. 8. Next one. Número 9. Muy bien. Number 9. 9. And the last one. Let me make this más difícil, more difficult. Número 6. Muy bien. Número 6 is number 6. Fantastic. If you want to get somebody else to challenge you with that, then that's absolutely fine as well. Brilliant. Excelente. Okay, so on your screen now, you'll see that the numbers, los números, are listed. But you will see that a red square, un cuadrado rojo, is covering one of the numbers up. Your challenge, as quick as you can, is to work out which number is covered up by the red square. When you know which number it is, shout it out loud, and I'll tell you in a moment. Bien, you will have noticed that it was the number one, numero uno, that was covered up by the red square. Shout it out as soon as you know. Muy bien if you realised it was número seis, number 6, that was covered up. Last one. Shout it out as soon as you know. Muy bien if you realised it was número 10, number 10. 10. Okay, very exciting part of the lesson now because we are going to learn a song all about numbers. Now this will help in lots and lots of ways. Firstly, it'll allow you to recap on the numbers that we've learned today, los números. Secondly, it'll help us for next week because next week we're going to be looking at counting, and obviously in this song the numbers are all in order, so really important that you don't just listen to it the once that it'll play you in the video, that you keep going back over it and over it and over it to really make sure that that learning is embedded, especially ready for next week. If you want to, as an extra challenge, when you're listening to the song again and again and again, you can count the numbers on your fingers, and as I say, that'll help you prepare for next week.
Cero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I hope that you've enjoyed learning about los números today. As I said, if you want to keep on going back through the video to different points to help you learn them, to help you revise them, then that's absolutely fine. As a final task for today's session, what I would like you to do is to create, and you can be as creative as you want with this, a way of showing the different numbers that we've learned about from 0, to 10, 10 today. Now you can do it similar to how it is on the screen at the moment. You could do it with different objects around the house. Just to give you an example, I've made a start with using pasta. So 0, 1, 2, and I'm representing the numbers in that way. But as I say, you can be creative as you want. I look forward to seeing some of your efforts on Seesaw a little bit later on. As I've mentioned throughout the session, next week we're going to be learning about counting. So we're going to be looking at the numbers again between 0 and 10, but looking at actually counting different numbers of objects. So if you want to practice that before next week's session, that's absolutely fine. But as I say, I do hope that you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed preparing the lesson for you, and I look forward to seeing some of your work on Seesaw. Adios, clase 1.